All right, so today's topic is use your retirement plans to buy rental real estate at all three stages of your life cycle. That's right. This is a very interesting topic, something very few people have talked to you about. So without further ado, let's do a deep dive into this. Right. So, real estate investors, you can start by using the section 72T of the IRS tax code and use this with your various retirement plans to buy rental real estate. That's right, powerful strategies. A lot of people uh, don't know this is a possibility. All right, so rental real estate is history's most attractive, powerful, and proven multi-dimensional real estate investment asset class because you make more money in four different ways: cash flow, passive income, increasing cash flow, tax benefit, because you can use cost segregation and you can use 100% bonus depreciation, just reenacted into law recently, July the 4th, as a matter of fact, the big, beautiful bill. Yeah, and then your regular tax write-off, paper passive loss to potentially offset against your active income or other passive income strategies. So, yeah, if you are in a high tax bracket or low tax bracket or whatever tax bracket, buying rental properties can substantially offset your your income subject to taxation. All right, so just keep that in mind. And furthermore, lastly, when you buy rental properties, you can achieve historical highest level of appreciation over time. So real estate, more people, more millionaires make money through real estate than in any other asset class. That has been proven historically. Of course, when you use leverage to buy real estate under your name, of course, then you can use a 30-year fixed rate mortgage and have your tenant to systematically pay down your loan and increasing your equity appreciation, equity growth as well as uh, and the whole nine yards. All right. So of course, this is a consult your tax advisor. I'm not a licensed tax advisor, so therefore that's what, yeah, that's what you should do. All right. So with that in mind, so the types of retirement plans, 401k, solo 401k, IRAs, Roth IRA, SEPP, simplified employee plan, and your rollovers or 401k and other IRAs. So a lot of people have different types of retirement plans because you work with different employers throughout your lifetime. There are so many different ways to use the IRS, the government incentivize you to buy income properties, right? And the government incentivize you to put your money into a tax qualified plans of various types. So, with that said, one step, the first stage of your life cycle, if you will, we talk about three stages of your life cycle to use your retirement plans to buy rental real estate. Okay, so your first cycle is unleashing this 72T uh, tax code from to uh, to allocate your retirement plans before age 59 and a half. Okay, so you can buy rental real estate and accelerate it as well as to supplement your early retirement before age 59 and a half. This is the magic number, right? We all know that. I hope you do know that. So 72T distribution is what we call SEPP, right? We call it substantially equal periodic payments. A lot of tax advisors, a lot of CPAs, a lot of financial advisors are not aware of this SEP plan, SEPP 72T distributions. So, so by the way, I am a real estate wealth advisor. When I consult with my real estate investors, I use a holistic approach. What does it mean? That means I look at your entire financial picture, right? And I look at your, when you consult with me, I'll go over your financial goals and objectives. What is your strategies? What kind of financial assets you have in this totality, right? What timeline? When do you want to retire? What retirement means to you? How much money you need to retire? They're going to incorporate all the financial products you have existing or otherwise, your regular stocks, your tax qualified plans, your money that you saved up, your credit score, the whole 9 yards. All right. So then, but today we're going to talk about, retirement plans and how you can leverage this. And a lot of people don't know. They don't know this kind of strategies. So I've been doing this real estate investing for a very, very long time, and I have a good understanding. I'm not an expert in any one area, but I incorporate my team of financial advisors to help you, my clients, to reach your financial goals using real estate properties accumulation, right? That's all. So holistically speaking, you have to manage all aspects of your finances, your tax, your legal issues, your traditional, incorporate your financial advisors, your tax advisors, your legal advisors into this whole team approach to help you achieve your financial freedom goals. All right, so let's get back to the 72T distribution, SEPP. So SEPP is a tax code provision allowing penalty-free withdrawal from qualified retirement accounts before age 59 and a half if you take, quote, substantially equal periodic payment for a set periods of time. Is a penalty-free. You can avoid the 10% early withdrawal penalty because you're not yet 59 and a half years old. And withdrawals are subject to ordinary taxation, right? Now, keep that in mind. The amount, if you want to use this plan, then the amount will withdraw whatever the chunk of money you withdraw at any given time is subject to ordinary taxation. But be very much aware. Ideally, when you employ this strategy, you either be ideal if your tax bracket are in the middle or lower quadrant of your tax rate, meaning, right? So if you are in the like 25% or less tax bracket and you have a very high balance across many aspects of your tax qualified plans, then this 72 distribution SEPP plan may be the most appropriate to your situation. If you are in a very high tax bracket, if you make $500,000 W-2 income or $1 million W income, then most likely this particular strategy, the 72T distribution SEPP plan, may not be appropriate to your situation. Does that make sense? All right, so let's continue. Anyway, so again, I don't want to give too much of advanced strategies around rental properties, but don't fret upon the taxes you have to pay on the ordinary income tax issue because, like I said, rental properties have a lot of multiple dimensions. Tax benefit is one. Just a quick note, as I briefly mentioned a few minutes ago, you can take paper laws, like cost segregation or 100% bonus depreciation and regular depreciation, regular tax write-off from your income property to reduce the amount of taxes subject to ordinary taxation if you were to withdraw this amount using the 72T distribution methodology. Does it make sense? Okay, and finally, lock-in period. You must continue the withdrawal for 5 years or until age 59 and a half, whichever is longer. So you can, once you employ this rule, it's kind of hard to do away with it because you may be subject to penalties if you terminate this plan prematurely. But the people, look, the people that should use this particular plan, 72T, people probably in at the bare age minimum, like 35 years old, right? Most people in their age, 45 to age 50, they are 10 to 15 years away from traditional retirement at age 59 and a half, and they don't want to wait that long. They don't want to, wait for their retirement plans to accumulate until age 59 and a half. That's way too long, and they want whatever your goals are. If you want to achieve financial freedom, and especially when you don't have you don't have especially when you do not have sufficient other assets available, if you don't have cash available, if you don't if you don't have any non-tax qualified stocks or other portfolio, if you're weak in your other portfolio in terms of liquidity, giving at various stages of your life before age 59 and a half, but you have very substantial amount of retirement plans, a combination of IRAs, traditional or otherwise, or even Roth IRA. If you have a previous employer's 401k because you work for 3, 4, 5 employers over your lifetime or something like that, I'm pretty sure you have a lot of different retirement plans across many brokerage accounts, right? So you could tap into some or all portion of the various retirement account you have with different brokerage accounts and employ the 72 tax strategy as long as your marginal tax bracket are not that high, right? I mean, if your marginal tax bracket are like 37 and a half federal tax bracket because you make $500,000 of W-2 income or $1 million W-2 income, this 72T distribution strategy may not make sense for you, all right? Okay, all right. I just want to make that clear. So again, consult your financial team, your licensed CPA or tax attorney, whatever the case may be. So you can make sure you make an informed decision. All right. So let's continue. All right. Let me see. So here's how it works, right? Choose the account, right? You can choose any, and like I said, you can choose IRA, 401k, or other qualified plans. Often people split accounts, so only one is subject to SEPP rules, right? You don't have to take a risk and use all of your different tax qualified plans to do this 72T early withdrawal distribution, right? You can use, increment some portion of your retirement plan portfolio from some brokerage account. Again, it's based on your goals, how much money you need to withdraw to meet your lifestyle, whatever, during the early retirement phase. Okay, so the next thing is choose the payment method. IRS approved, of course. Look, some of this calculation, I'm not going to get into details. There are many tax software, tax calculators. Consult with your CPA to understand, consult your tax advisor, understand these rules. But from a high level, there are 3 methods of distribution, right? There's a RMD, required minimum distribution method, which is payment recalculated annually using account balance and life expectancy, and we fluctuate slightly year to year. The second method is amortization method. It is a fixed payment calculated like a mortgage over your life expectancy with a chosen interest rate. And the third method is annuitization method, which converts balance into a fixed annuity payment based on life expectancy and interest rate. By the way, when you start withdrawing, when you start withdrawing, doing this 72 withdrawal on an annual basis, whatever the amount is, I don't know, right? I don't know your situation. I don't know which method you're going to use. Let's say you can typically, I'm using a very theoretical example. On an annual basis, it could be like 30 to 40 grand, right? You withdraw this amount, could be more, could be less. This 30 to 40 grand. So how are you going to live your life? How are you going to achieve early retirement? Or you can use this 30, 40 grand to spend your money away, go travel or do whatever stuff that defines your retirement lifestyle. Or you can use just the systematic annual withdrawal using any one of those 3 methods. This 30, 40, 50 grand of withdrawal, ordinary taxation, you pay from your retirement plan, from whatever portfolio. You can use this chunk of money to finance, to put 20 to 25% down payment to buy an income property. Okay, I will show you briefly toward the end of the presentation what type of income property I could recommend for you. Although there are so many different ways to invest in real estate, I'm not going to bore you with all kind of 1,000 ways to invest in real estate, but I'll share with you one way that I've been using, and my students and hundreds of my real estate investors for the past several decades use this investment methodology. And I will briefly review that for you toward the back end of this particular presentation. So stay tuned, all right? All right, so again, I've been doing this a very, very long time. I consulted with hundreds of real estate investors using various strategies, and many different ways to invest in real estate. And most of my investors, they use their regular savings, their stock liquidation or saving or cash savings to leverage into real estate to buy and use those down payment money on a, simple money that they saved up. But today's presentation, I'm accessing your tax qualified retirement plans to buy real estate so you can accelerate your wealth building even more than than you think you're capable of. By the way, doing the 72 plan SEPP distribution, I'm going to make some kind of assumption that you have pretty substantial retirement plans. I mean, not necessarily from one brokerage account. If you combine all your brokerage account, IRAs, in Merrill Lynch, another rollover IRA from Charles Schwab, whatever, right? So it'd be nice if you have a huge, like at least have maybe 300K or more, or $500,000 of retirement plans that you accumulate over time. Maybe early in your life, in your 20s and your 30s, you have a high W-2 income. You're able to maximize your 401k contribution on an annual basis, right? And you invest wisely, and you work for 3, 4, 5 employer in the first 10 years of your life. You have a high W-2 income at that time. So you have accumulated maybe $500,000 of total retirement plans, right, across several brokerage accounts. So you can, again, you can use a 72T early distribution prior to 59.5, not needing to pay the 10% early withdrawal penalty, just pay the ordinary taxation, assuming your W-2 income at this particular age, ideally age 40, age 45, age 50, this is a sweet spot for you to use the 72T early distribution just to pay the ordinary taxation and not deal with 10% early withdrawal penalty prior to 59.5, right? So yeah, and again, large retirement portfolio, you don't have to liquidate everything to do the 72T strategy. 72T strategy, just a portion of it giving, based on your goals, right? Yeah, so understand, around middle age, sometimes you can even do age 35, but it's just kind of rare. Age 40, age 45, age 50, like a 15 year, about 10 to 15 years away from the traditional 59.5 withdrawal distribution from a traditional qualified plan, right? So anyway, all right, let's continue. So let me see. So then, of course, calculate the withdrawal based on whatever method you choose, the account balance, interest rate. So again, your age, life expectancy, you can work it out with your qualified, certified public accountant or tax attorney, your team of financial advisors that will do this for you. I cannot do it. I'm just a real estate advisor. I'm a licensed real estate broker who understand the high level, the holistic level of planning my real estate investors' financial future. All right, and I have my team to work with myself and my investors for a very, very long time. So I do this every day, right? And you don't see too many real estate consultants do the kind of things that I do, right? Incorporate all different types of finances into their life to create a real estate portfolio using tax qualified retirement plans and non-retirement plans to buy and scale real estate portfolios. Okay, so the pros of using this 72T early distribution rule is the pros are the penalty-free access to retirement funds before age 59 and a half, right? Most people think, oh, you cannot take out your retirement plans until age 59 and a half because of all ordinary taxation and 10% early withdrawal penalty if you take it out age 59 and a half. That's not exactly true per today's presentation, right? You could avoid the 10% early withdrawal penalty if you use this 72T strategy. Second pros are tax advantage if you're in a lower tax bracket, which I already discussed, right? In retirement while you're still working, and straightforward accumulation. Max out retirement accounts without special structuring. All right, further, but the cons are you're locked in. You must stick to the schedule for the longer of 5 years or until 59 and a half. So no changes are allowed once you started with the 72 distribution strategy, all right? Complex rules, the cons are missteps can trigger retroactive penalties and interest as long as your team of financial advisors guide you along the way, your reputable team that understand these kind of things, you should be able to overcome this minefield of missteps, all right? Furthermore, the cons are no flexibility if expenses change or emergency arise. It'd be nice if you have some other cash reserve for emergencies. By that time, you should have created, several rental property portfolio accumulation. Once you started your plan in the next few years, of course, I am as your licensed real estate advisor, risk broker, that is. We can help you to minimize this kind of risk. All right, and no flexibility. Yeah, risky for long time frames. The further from the 59 and a half you start, the greater the chance your needs will change. Again, working with a team of financial advisors, including myself, you could minimize the risk if you start the 72T strategy at age 35 or age 40, right? Because the longer time you have, potentially, theoretically, the higher the risk. But again, as long as you mitigate the risk, understand the risk, you can overcome it. All right. FIRE means financial independence real estate, right? That's how I call it, right? I help a lot of people achieve FIRE, financial independence real estate, even before age 59 and a half, right? That's the whole idea, right? You don't have to retire traditionally at age 59 and a half or age 65 or age 67, whatever, when Social Security kicks in. You don't want to wait that long. You want to accelerate retirement and not deal with the tax penalties so you can enjoy your life, whatever your life you want to achieve. And for me, by the way, I've been semi-retirement in my whole career, all right? I travel full time, okay? Because I manage my real estate and consulting business so well that I do it kind of part-time for years and years and years now. So I've been traveling full time. I've done a lot of cruises. I know what I'm doing. So that's why I'm achieving financial independence in real estate way before 59 and a half. I started my financial part-time retirement, traveling all over the world, multiple countries over and over and over again for the past 30 years. Anyway, all right, that's a little bit tidbit about my definition of financial independence, real estate. And I have a large real estate portfolio that will allow me to achieve the passive income I need to sustain my high retirement lifestyle for many years. So let me see. Because of this other liquid assets, the SEPP often aren't necessary, but they are more of an academic option to some people. But yeah, I'm just helping you to bridge the strategy. If your retirement plans are your primary saving vehicle and you have very little liquidity from your other non-qualified portfolios, then this T a 72T strategy may work well for you, as I stated earlier several times throughout this presentation. So the key takeaways are measure twice, cut once. So plan carefully before starting. Work best as part of a segmented account strategy. Carve out just the amount you need until age 59 and a half, right? This gap, this 10 to 15 year gap that you need income to sustain your lifestyle before the traditional 59 and a half tax code and all that stuff, right? Most useful for people with high retirement account balances, but fewer after-tax liquid assets, in which I already discussed that. So what other ways? So that's one way, 72T. In conjunction or supplementally, you can use other ways of your retirement plan before age 59 and a half, right? Okay, the other way that I've used this quite often over the years, and I help hundreds of real estate investors to convert their into their retirement plans into self-directed IRA, and then use it to buy real estate hard assets inside the IRAs. Okay, I do this all day long for many years. So yeah, you can convert your IRA, you can convert your previous employer 401k and buy hard assets. For example, any alternative asset, not just stocks and bonds and mutual funds, right? Like Wall Street wants you to do. But yeah, rental real estate is my specialty. Income property is my specialty. And once you place a rental property inside your IRA, it maintains the integrity of the tax qualified plan. You still get tax deferral. You throughout the accumulation of your rental income and your appreciation is tax deferral until age 59 and a half. Then you start withdrawing your cash flow income subject to ordinary taxation, unless it's a Roth IRA. If it's Roth IRA, as long as you invest in Roth IRA for at least 5 years, because Roth IRA is an after-tax contribution, tax-free accumulation, growth, and tax-free withdrawal, regardless of age. Wipe the 59 and have situation out of the way, right? So Roth IRA is the holy grail of retirement plans, but require a lot of strategies to do it. But I don't have time to get into the Roth IRA, but again, consult your tax advisor. That's the holy grail. That's the best Roth strategy. Not many people can do it because if you have high W income consistently over your adult life, it's very hard to convert your traditional IRA into a Roth IRA, right? But then again, regardless of your income, you can contribute on an annual basis, right? Depending on your age. I think it's $8,000 per year per person. Before age 50, you can do systematic contribution into your Roth IRA, which is kind of a slow way of accumulating, $8,000 per person per year. I think in age 50 you have a catch-up provision. I don't know, it's a little bit more than $8,000. But systematically, if you are consistent with your annual contribution or your Roth IRA, you can do it the slow way. Who knows, right? In about 10, 20 years, if you contribute $8,000 per year, and if you invest the Roth IRA in a nice high return, 8 to 10% return, or you could, at the end of 15, 20 years of your annual contribution of your Roth IRA, hey, you already have contributed a couple of $100,000 of Roth IRA. So that's a nice chunk of money of your retirement plan using the tax-free strategy, right? So anyway, all right, let's continue. Okay, then of course, then you can use your retirement plan. Then the third strategy, the final life cycle strategy of using your retirement plans to buy income property is to, okay, it's time for retirement. You reach age 59 and a half. Okay, like a lot of people, you're eligible to take out the money without the 10% early withdrawal penalty, unless it's a Roth. Like I said, it's tax-free withdrawal. But even at retirement at age 59 and a half, age 60, age 61, you're still relatively young. You still have the motivation and the passion to invest in real estate. So you can use those retirement plans withdraw from the different type of retirement plans, use those chunk of money as a down payment, whatever purchase price you want to buy, put down 25% down payment from your retirement withdrawal and create a portfolio real estate where you can use the multi-dimension aspect of it to accumulate. You can still, so what if you're in your age 60s, if you're in good health like I am, right? I exercise, I eat good, I do a lot of serious exercising in the gym and running marathons and what have you all my lifetime. So age 60, age 70, hey, a lot of people still healthy enough to be somewhat passively to purchase real estate, right? I mean, semi-passively, but you can still require a little bit of time and some little bit of work. Okay, it's not real estate income property is not totally passive, as you know, right? Not like stocks, which is purely passive and those kind of things, right? All right, let's continue. So during retirement, yes, you can liquidate money and continue to buy to finance your real estate purchases and convert some portion of your retirement plans to buy rental, some portion, all right? So again, depending on your goals, if you're passionate about, buying rental properties, then you can use your retirement plans, you can use your non-retirement plans to finance, to leverage, and then put down payment to create your real estate portfolio, all right? So again, now let's briefly talk about what type of properties should you buy. Of course, I'm not going to tell you 1,000 ways to buy real estate. I'm going to tell you my ways that I've been using for many, many years, right? Within my network, within my year real estate network. And we buy new construction, turnkey cash flow properties in growth markets in the country, right? So, yeah, you get professional property management regardless of where you live in the country. You can buy properties and do very well, whether you own 5, 10, 15 rental properties across different markets because you have great professional property management. The most time you're ever going to spend in managing your real estate portfolio is like 1 to 2 hours per month. That's it, right? So this is a typical property you buy, brand new construction, single family home. In this particular case, this is North Texas. $250,000 property, you put 20% down payment. This is the monthly cash flow, this and that, right? This is regular using your name, using your conventional financing. But if you can use your IRA to buy, you can use $248,000 self-directed IRA to buy this all cash, right? And you get all this rental income and appreciation tax deferral and what have you in passive income, right? Or another strategy, which I have no time to talk about, once you convert some of your IRAs into self-directed IRA, you can use your self-directed IRA and put 50% down payment from your IRA and get a 50% non-recourse loan to leverage to buy income property. In this case, for example, let's say this property is $250,000. You put 50% down from your self-directed IRA, which is like, let's say $120,000. The other $120,000 is a loan, is a non-recourse loan that will leverage against your IRA. So you leveraging, you're using the power of leverage by getting a non-recourse loan against a self-directed IRA, so you can stretch your IRA to buy more property than you normally require if you would put all cash down with the IRA to buy this particular property, right? So those are two ways. I don't have enough time to talk about using non-recourse loans. I have other videos you can learn more about. Of course, you can buy properties anywhere. I buy, again, new construction, cash flow properties, turnkey in the growth markets. This is a duplex you can buy also with your retirement plans. Okay, or non-retirement plans for that matter, right? I mean, it's just pure good investment. New construction duplex costs only $355,000. Good rental income, good cash flow after 25% down payment on a regular conventional loan, or again, which IRA, you can use $355,000 self-directed IRA or or have the money 50% down, 50% non-recourse loan to buy duplex also. Same thing, you can go to another market that we also have in Oklahoma, new construction, single family home for only $155,000, right? So you can get great cash flow and this and that. So this is kind of typical property that we offer for our investors, whether they buy with their retirement plans or non-retirement plans or 72T distribution money. All those kind of capital resources can be available to buy these type of turnkey cash flow, high appreciation, high cash flow real estate portfolios throughout the growth market. And so we have other, I'm not going to mention other markets. We have South Texas, we have Oklahoma, we have properties in Alabama, in Florida, that you could pick and choose within our network, right? So, and at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I mean, all the time you spend, like I said earlier, if you do it the way we do it, in the end, all you need to spend is about 1 to 2 hours per month in managing your real estate portfolio, whether you have 1 rental, 5 rental, or 10 rental. All you need is 1 to 2 hours managing your portfolio, because our team approach, our holistic approach, our team on those markets with the property management, and they will do all the work, everything for you. So, and finally, okay, this is my contact information. So I highly encourage you to contact me so I can do a complimentary consultation to go over your goals and objectives, or whether you can use your retirement plans, or whether you can use your 72T distribution strategy if you qualify, or regular conventional loans. I can help you scale your portfolio so you can accelerate or diversify or supplement your retirement goals using income properties in addition to your regular traditional investing. Okay, so I think that's it. That's all I have to say. I know some of these strategies could be somewhat too advanced for some of you, but whatever, you need to educate yourself accordingly. So I'm just giving you a lot of tools and resources to help you think of holistically some unique ways, some creative ways to unleash the various capital resources you have available to you, so you can invest your money smartly, efficiently, using a team approach. All right, thank you so much for listening, and I'll thank you so much. Have a nice day. I'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.